Good evening, friends. You must be all aware of this case, cruise sheep truck case. I'm talking about Aryan Khan case. This case is as much sensational as important from legal point of view. It is sensational because celebrities are involved. It is sensational because Narcotics Control Bureau has come under scanner because of alleged shoddy investigation. At the same time, it contains many important legal points. In this video lecture, we will not go to the sensational part and concentrate purely on the legal points. I'll first briefly tell you about the facts of the case. NCB conducted a raid on the cruise Cordelia off the coast of Mumbai and arrested Aryan Khan and his friends Arbaz Merchant and Munmun Dhameja along with other people on various charges of NDPS Act. I'll give you a little trivia about this raid. NCB officers said they received a tip-off about some persons having purchased narcotics attending the party at ship. A team of 22 officers with tickets that costed between rupees 85,000 to 3.5 lakh per person reached the ship posing as passengers. Can you believe NCB spent 85k to 3.5 lakh per person for 22 persons team to get into the ship? And the amount of seizure is very low. In any case, we will limit our discussion to the legal part alone. The recovery was very less because only 6 gram charas was found from the possession of Arbaz Merchant, 5 gram was found from Munmun Dhameja, and nothing was found from Aryan Khan. NCB books all of them under conspiracy, section 29 of NDPS Act, conscious possession, section 8C of NDPS Act, consumption, section 27 of NDPS Act, purchase, section 20B of NDPS Act, and presumption of culpable mental state, section 35 of NDPS Act. NCB Special Court rejected the bail pleas of all. Then the accused went to the High Court. We will see what were the important legal points that the High Court has considered. First point is conscious possession. We must first keep in mind that the phrase conscious possession is not defined in the NDPS Act. But the Supreme Court, through its various cases, have given a holistic understanding of what is conscious possession. The most important case is Madan Lal versus State of Himachal Pradesh. The court held that the word conscious means awareness about a particular fact. It is a state of mind which is deliberate or intended. Possession in a given case need not be physical possession, but it can be constructive possession, having power and control over the article in the case in question. In Aryan Khan case, nothing was seized from his possession, but as per ratio of Madan Lal, the possession was constructive or it was construed. Another important case is Mohanlal versus State of Rajasthan. In this case, the court said possession is a mental state and section 35 of the Act gives statutory recognition to culpable mental state. It includes knowledge of fact. I want you to refer to another case, that is Dharampal Singh versus State of Punjab. The court held the initial burden of proof of possession lies on the prosecution. And once it is discharged, legal burden would shift on accused. Once possession is established, the court can presume that the accused had culpable mental state and have committed the offense. However, in this case, the court also held that the standard of conscious possession conscious possession would be different in the case of a public transport vehicle with several persons as opposed to a private vehicle. The cruise has more than 1,000 passengers. So my question is, how possession of drug on person can be legally proved as a conscious possession of drug by another person? When the occurrence happened in a public transport, the ratio of Madan Lal needs to be applied very cautiously. There is a recent judgment of Union of India through NCB versus Mohammad Nawaz Khan, where court has discussed about conscious possession. The court held that the prior relationship of the co-accused, the location where illegal drugs have been found, the behavior of the accused, the quantity of the illegal substance are relevant facts for determining conscious possession. In the previous slide, we have understood conscious possession. Let's now discuss admissibility of statement under Section 67 of the NDPS Act. We already know that statement given to police is not admissible in the court of law. It means Section 161 of CRPC statements can be treated as a previous statement only. But in NDPS Act, Section 67 was a very potent tool. Confession before NCB officials were regarded highly in the court. But in 2021, in the judgment Tufan Singh versus State of Tamil Nadu, the Supreme Court held that NCB officials being police officers, statement under Section 67 of the NDPS Act is not admissible in the court of law. This being the legal stand, what is the role of Section 67 statements in bail issues? In Aryan Khan bail case, the Government Counsel argued that admissibility of Section 67 can be tested at trial stage alone, and the issue of admissibility cannot be taken in bail hearing. This was the ratio of Tufan Singh case. But the defense counsel argued that as per Sanjeev Chandra Agarwal versus Union of India, the Section 67 of NDPS can be considered during investigation or bail stage also. Now, question of law is whether Section 67 of NDPS Act be considered during bail order stage. Next point, we will discuss the jurisdiction of bail under NDPS Act. Riya Chakrabarti case is authoritative pronouncement in the matter. In this case, the court held that matters of bail are circumscribed under Section 37 of NDPS Act. The section mandates that before hearing of bail, public prosecutor be intimated to put forth his views on the matter. Bail cannot be heard without intimation to public prosecutor. Similar provisions exist in rape case post 2018 criminal law amendments. Important factors of consideration of bail are antecedent of the applicant, possibility of tampering with evidence, likelihood of committing same offences. In Aryan Khan case, WhatsApp chats were cited as major evidence. The admissibility of WhatsApp chats as evidence was tested in Ambalal Sarabhai Enterprise Limited versus KS Infraspace LLP Limited. The court held that virtual verbal communications and matters of evidence with regard to their meaning and content be provided during trial by examination in chief and cross-examination. WhatsApp messages will have to be read and understood cumulatively to decipher whether there was a concluded contract or not. In my personal opinion, which is gathered from open sources the selective WhatsApp chat messages cannot prima facie prove the guilt of Aryan Khan. For this, holistic understanding of WhatsApp chat messages is required. The High Court of Bombay has allowed the bail of Aryan Khan, Munmund Ameja, and Arbaz Merchant on 28 October 2021. The order is not yet out. After the bail order is out, we will get to know the factors the court has considered. Thank you.